Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the news stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says they've had no success in the continued search for the missing East Wenatchee man, Jesse Cadenas. The residential real estate market in the Wenatchee area continues its decline. Seasonably warm temperatures expected again tomorrow before afternoon highs climb to near 100 degrees this weekend. Authorities say the Baird Springs fire near Crescent Bar has been largely stopped in its tracks at nearly 2,400 acres. Containment this morning was estimated at 30% on the Wildland Fire, which broke out Monday near Baird Springs Road off Highway 28. That's on the border of Grant and Douglas counties. A Type 3 incident management team assumed charge of the fire shortly after. Level 3 evacuation notices that were put in place Monday were later dropped to Level 1 for the area of Stallmiller Road, Crescent Bar, and Trinidad. Firefighters will continue to patrol the fire site to keep hot spots from spreading. A Rock Island man who escaped from jail in 2021 had part of his prison sentence revised this week. Christian Edward White is serving 7.5 years for hit and run, fleeing police, and violating a protective order. On Monday, Douglas County prosecutors agreed that he was improperly ordered to spend 12 months on community custody once he's released, and that condition was removed by Superior Court Judge Brian Huber. White was one of 2 men who fled the Okanagan County Jail while awaiting sentencing 2 years ago by accessing the roof through the jail's air duct system. Both were recaptured about a week later. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says they've had no success in the continued search for Jesse Cadenas. Canadus went missing on the morning of June 20th after he left his Rock Island home on his bicycle. Neighbors were asked to review any home camera footage they may have, and a search party was formed later that week. On June 27th, the Sheriff's Office said that Cadenas was most likely in the Columbia River after some of his personal items were located. The public is being asked to help in locating Jesse, especially boaters in the Columbia River south of the Rock Island train bridge. When we come back, the residential real estate market in the Wenatchee area continues its decline as the median house price in June fell 5% compared to June of last year. Chelan PUD and Puget Sound Energy have agreed to a new 5-year contract for renewable hydropower. And Right on the River and North Central Washington Libraries have announced the winners of the 12th annual high school writers competition. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
It's Click It RV's lowest price guarantee sale going on now at your neighborhood Click It RV.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
With 0 down and no payments till September, now is the time to own your dream RV.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro?
Get never before deep discounts on trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus the best selection, highest trade-in values ever, and a lifetime warranty. Nobody beats the discounts at Click It RV.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
On Frontage Road.
Hi, I'm Brian Campbell, and I'd appreciate your vote for Mayor of Wenatchee. Born and raised in Wenatchee, I've experienced a lot of change over the years. Businesses have been devastated by the pandemic. People are concerned for their family's safety. Parents are concerned about their children's education and parents' rights. And people are struggling to make ends meet and find affordable housing. With my past service on our city council and 12 years of meeting attendance, over 100 years of combined community service, and over 40 years in the financial services and real estate industries, I'm uniquely qualified to provide common sense solutions to these challenges.
Paid for by Brian Campbell for mayor.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
Hi everybody, Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Cadenas from Alpine Air. We're switching from the cold of winter to the heat of summer. That can put a lot of stress in your HVAC unit.
Yeah, it really can, Dan. I would recommend that you get a maintenance. It can catch any potential problems that you might have during the peak of summer. And it's just a good idea to do on all season changes.
Great idea. Good advice. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Chelan PUD and Puget Sound Energy have agreed to a new 5-year contract for renewable hydropower from 2 PUD hydro projects on the Columbia River. The contract provides 5% of the output from the PUD's Rock Island and Rocky Reach hydropower projects to Puget Sound Energy from 2024 to 2028. It also complements an existing contract between the utilities while generating revenue for the PUD to continue rate stability for its customers. The agreement boosts Puget Sound Energy's supply of carbon-free energy, which is in line with the company's goal of becoming a beyond net zero carbon energy company by 2045. Chelan PUD General Manager Kirk Hudson said the deal keeps electric rates below state and national averages while helping Washington State meet low-carbon policy goals. The residential real estate market in the Wenatchee area continues its decline as the median house price in June fell 5% compared to June of last year. Pacific Appraisal Associates reports the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market last month was at $477,450. That's down from $502,000 in June of 2022. There were 78 total home sales in June. That's down 7% compared to last year when 84 were sold. Active home listings were down 15% in June of this year at 134, while in June of last year, 157 homes were listed. Right on the River and North Central Washington Libraries have announced the winners of the 12th Annual High School Writers Competition. Jaden Matson of Chelan won first place for her fiction entry, At the Edge of the World. 2 honorable mentions were also named and went to Jada Wood of Kashmir for Helios and Isabel Menya of Leavenworth for Lost Princess Found, a story of resurrection. The competition is open to high school students in Chelan, Douglas, Okanagan, Grant, and Ferry counties, and any 9th through 12th grade student in private school, public school, Running Start, and homeschool. The winners will be special guests at Right on the River's next 4 Minutes of Fame event, and $200 in cash prizes will be distributed among the 3. A prediction that the famed aurora borealis might be visible this week as far south as Wenatchee has now been undermined by new data. The University of Alaska at first reported the northern lights might be seen in more southerly skies starting tonight due to increased solar activity. But new observations say the solar effects aren't as strong as predicted, and your chances of spotting the colorful atmospheric effect aren't much better than average. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins continues his series of interviews with candidates up for mayor in Leavenworth. Seasonal summer weather is expected again tomorrow before we see temperatures near 100 on Saturday and Sunday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
The leadership of the city of Wenatchee is up for grabs, and a few other cities around North Central Washington as well. NCWLIFE has you covered with interviews and profiles of the primary candidates running for mayor. Find out about the people and issues that could influence your city over the next 4 years and beyond. You can find those interviews right here each day this week, 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, as well as on our website, ncwlife.com. The NCWLIFE channel, helping you choose your future.
Swung on a fly ball. Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCWLIFE channel. Join us Monday, July 17th as the Apple Sox host the Bend Elks. Coverage is brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Confluence Health, JDSA Law, Mary Maids, Many Blinds and more, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Walkabout Grill. Your television home for Apple Sox baseball is the NCWLIFE channel.
I'm Jenny Rojanowski, host of Network TV, and I'm looking for you, our next guest, to come on air live at the NCWLIFE studios. We would love to feature your business, organization, or nonprofit and share about the work or innovation happening inside of your organization. It's super easy to come on air. You just need to send us an email. info@ncwtech.org. That's info@ncwtech.org.
In tonight's feature story, the town of Leavenworth has been among North Central Washington's most expensive places to live for more than a decade, with home prices and rental fees often beyond what people who work in the city can afford. With 3 candidates for mayor in the August 1st primary, NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins asked each of them how the cost of housing could be reined in for the Bavarian village.
Well, you know, a big hot topic is affordable housing, which I believe they're referring to as workforce housing now. But, you know, who doesn't support affordable housing? I mean, it's not just a problem in Leavenworth. It's a problem here in Wenatchee. It's a problem throughout the country. And again, who wouldn't support affordable housing? But I do think it's a bit misguided to put all your eggs in that basket when the city has many other very important needs. You know, I would support any affordable housing initiative. In fact, when I was city administrator, I was the one that found the grant money to complete the utility connection on an over-budgeted affordable housing project called Altea Village there by Club West. So I've got a track record of being supportive of affordable housing, but again, I think there are many other things that need to be addressed as well.
If we attempt a solution, we need to monitor those steps at all points. And if it's not working, we need to stop. Don't create any more damage on something that's not working. And that's just a business practice that you do. You've got to be able to be comfortable with yourself and say, you know what, I don't know if this is working as we planned. Let's stop. Let's not create any more damage. We have not succeeded in that. We still have what's being built with the high density is over $1 million properties. No one is going to be, most people are not going to be able to afford that. So we have to be realistic. I do think there are programs within the state, at the state level as well as federal level, where we can have subsidizing. We have about 15% of our existing housing is at subsidized. It's based upon the person's income. So it caps it at 1/3 of their income. We want that. We could do more of that without clearing out all these properties and jamming a lot of folks into sardines, like sardines in a can, when we're not prepared to do that.
Increasing density in and of itself is only one part of the solution. A key part, critical part, is having a funding stream that you can also bring to the table to say, okay, now these lots and these homes are ours. They're for our workforce. The only way in this society that I know that you can demand that is bringing money to the table. Otherwise, like I said, we'll just be creating less expensive places, but eventually they would all go expensive. So, you know, the key to getting a workforce, the key to keeping a diversity is both increasing the density, which has a lot of people upset that the density is increasing because they like the single family home type of community that Leavenworth has always been. But that ship has sailed. There's no way to continue down that line unless we just hand it over to the millionaires and say, you're the only ones that are going to be able to afford this.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Nice Wednesday out there, wasn't it? Lots of clear skies as we look up at beautiful Lake Wenatchee. And of course, the beautiful mountains around Lake Wenatchee. Lots of campers expected there this weekend, and I'm sure Kaler Glen Golf Course very busy today with all the sunshine and blue sky around our area. We talked about a slow warming trend. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit warmer than today in the Wenatchee area. We expect around 89 degrees or so. Warming up, I think that'll be in the mid-90s for Friday, and then upper 90s to near 100 degrees on Saturday and Sunday before we see a pretty good cool down as we get into Monday and then again on Tuesday next week. But boy, in the meantime, it is going to get hot. 88 out there today. That's 1 degree above where we should be for this time of year at 87. 64 was our low temperature this morning. 61 is where we should be. So pretty much a normal July 13th day here in the Wenatchee area. 104 is our record high. That was set July 12th, I should say, in 2002. Our record low, 48 in 1997. Sunrise this morning, 5:16, and the sun sets at 8:56. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect as we get you into Thursday. And I mentioned the slow warm-up. We're going to begin to see that tomorrow. 91s in the Columbia Basin for Moses Lake. Ephrata also over into Quincy. 90 for Wenatchee. Also Chelan. It looks like Omak, the warm spot tomorrow at 92. And awfully hot tomorrow as well for Leavenworth and Cashmere, both in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Tonight, high pressure still in control, but low pressure is trying to nudge its way in. Here's the top of our ridge, and that's kept our temperatures in the 80s. We'll see some breezy conditions tonight with mostly clear skies. Low temperatures in those lower 60s. Getting you into Thursday, sunny skies and warmer. High pressure is sliding up on the eastern flank of that low, and it will win out as we make our way into the end of the week. High temperatures tomorrow, near 90 degrees for Friday. There he is, high pressure, and it's keeping that low pressure at bay. In fact, it's going to move it right into British Columbia over the next couple of days. We're going to get hot on Friday with high temperatures in the mid-90s to end our work week. And boy, it's not just us. It is all over the western U.S. Not much change for Saturday, except even hotter. Unseasonably hot and sunny on Saturday. High temperatures near 100. Sunday, yeah, more of that warm westerly and southwesterly flow. I think we might see a breeze or two in the afternoon Sunday. We're going to need it too. High temperatures again near 100 degrees in the afternoon. And then on Monday, a bit of a change. High pressure will still be in the Pacific, but we have low pressure in Saskatchewan that will kind of kick up some windy conditions for us on Monday. Going to cool us down a little bit too. We're talking high temperatures Monday in the upper 80s. And then for Tuesday, sunny skies, but notice northwesterly flow of air. And that means cooler temperatures, highs by Tuesday, below normal, believe it or not, into the mid 80s. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. 61 overnight tonight, warmer on Thursday, 90, 94 and hot for Friday, even hotter as we get you into the upcoming weekend. Sunshine for both Saturday and Sunday with highs near 100. And then a big dip in our temperatures, mostly sunny and windy on Monday and 88. Sunshine and 84 for a high temperature on Tuesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run cameras so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's the Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I got to go figure out this camera. Last night's All-Star game lived up to its billing, coming down to the final at-bat in the National League's 3-2 win over the American League. The junior circuit held a 2-1 lead on Bo Bichette's sac fly in the 8th inning at Seattle's T-Mobile Park. That's when 32-year-old Elias Diaz, making his All-Star debut for the Colorado Rockies, stepped up to give the senior circuit the lead.
2 to Diaz is hit in the air to deep left field. Back it goes. Elias Diaz puts the National League in front. At 32 years old in his All-Star debut, a go-ahead home run. Here it comes. How about this? Hollywood script for Julio Rodriguez. And now we got the hometown kid here with a chance to send him home happy. 3-2 comes home, and Rodriguez takes ball 4. Tying run into scoring position, winning run aboard, and Jose Ramirez coming to the plate. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 pitch. Ramirez swings and misses. Kimbrel slams the door. The National League's finally back on top.
Julio officially finished the game 0 for 1 with a walk and strikeout. George Kirby worked the 4th inning in his All-Star debut, giving up a run on 2 hits. Luis Castillo did not play last night. The Mariners return to action Friday with Detroit in town, a game at 7:10, and it's broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Apple Sox used 2 big innings to down Nanaimo last night. 12-8 was the final. Victory extended a streak for Wenatchee while ending another for the Night Owls, as we hear from the voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox picked up a 12-8 victory against the Nanaimo Night Owls to extend their winning streak to 4 consecutive games and end the Night Owls' 6-game winning streak. The Apple Sox busted out for 7 runs in the 5th inning and never looked back from there. Trent Liolis was excellent in relief, entering midway through the game and then pitching until the end of the 8th inning, striking out 6 in his first game in West Coast League action on the mound. The Apple Sox go for their 9th series victory of the season when they take on the Night Owls again tonight at 6:35 p.m. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joe Norman.
We actually have some highlights from last night's game, courtesy of Nanaimo's broadcast. Now, you'll have to forgive the subdued voice of their broadcaster. I guess, after all, he is a Night Owl.
2-1 cracked out to right field. Drops in front a little. And drives in another run. Bases stay loaded. Score now 2-1.
That single brings to the plate number 7 designated hitter Austin Oland.
3-1 hit hard and gets by Rivera on the hard hit to first. Drives in 2 more runs for the Apple Sox. And Sweeney, terrible decision over at third. Steps off third and gets tagged. 1-0, that one might drop in play, and does. Good hit from Sweeney. And drives in another run for the Apple Sox. Sweeney with a double. 3-2. And cracked out to right center. Drives in 1, then 2.
Carson Olin swung the hot bat in the 9-hole position, going 4 for 4 with 3 runs and 2 RBI. Josh Williams was productive from the leadoff spot, going 2 for 6 with a run and 2 RBI. Quincy Vassar worked into the 5th to pick up his 2nd win of the summer. We visited with the Brewster native before the team hit the road to Nanaimo, and he talked about the importance of competing every night in the West Coast League.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed in this league is the team and the players with the most energy tend to be the most successful every single day because of how many games we play. You show up to the park flat and you're probably going to get beat. So when I take the mound, it's a little easier just to try to have an edge because you only throw around once a week. So it's just pretty important to compete every single pitch.
Vassar helped Brewster win 2 state trophies while he played for the Bears in 2018 and 19. He says the atmosphere in Brewster helped prepare him for success in college.
This place is very special to me. I grew up going to these games, probably 15 years at this park or somewhere near that. So when guys come in here from out of state, you know, I like to share with them like how special this place actually is and what this means to a lot of the local guys. I know Braden Boyd probably feels the same way. Past Chelan guys that we've had. This team and this league in general is a pretty special place to play in the summer. And especially this year with how great our team is, I'm just happy that the guys are enjoying it as much as I am.
Vassar has helped bring other collegiate players to Wenatchee to play summer ball, saying he's quick to share the experience of Apple Sox baseball.
Brewster has a special culture. It's a generational thing. A lot of people come back to the town after they graduate, after they've gone to college, and they just pour into the younger kids, and I think that's what sets that town apart and makes them so successful is the ability for the parents to help all the kids, especially with the baseball team, the amount of volunteers that come out and help, or the amount of extra hitting they do after practices or the field work after games. It just kind of shows they're a little different up there.
Wenatchee and Nanaimo meet again tonight, 6:35. You can hear Joel Norman with a call on Sunny FM Radio. You'll also hear more from Joel and Quincy. That was on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley this morning. You can see that on our website at ncwlife.com. Just go to full episodes. Another West Coast League play last night. Jake Finkelstein and 2 other pitchers held Port Angeles to a 1-run game as Victoria won it 4-1. Ridgefield threw up crooked numbers in 3 frames as the Raptors beat Bellingham 10-8. Andy Allenson led the way for Ridgefield, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. Nico Liebed drove in 2 and Edmonton's 5 runs in the Riverhawks' 5-2 win in Kamloops. Threes were wild for Cowlitz in a 16-7 win over Bend. Sam Canton, A.J. Singer, Latrey McCullum, and Eli Kennel each had 3 RBI on the night as the Black Bears' 2nd straight win. Sean Weiss and 3 relievers combined on a 3-hit shutout as Corvallis blanked Springfield 10-0. Ethan Hedges hit a grand slam home run for the Knights and finished with 5 RBI on the night. Portland's Dylan Chalmers and 3 relievers combined on a 3-hit shutout of Walla Walla as the Pickles won 8-0. In a non-league game, Yakima Valley scored 12 runs in the 8th inning to blast the Cascade Collegiate Showcase team 19-1. Wenatchee and Nanaimo are now tied in the second half standings in the WCL North at 4-1. Victoria is a half game back at 5-3, while Kelowna is a game out at 4-3. Just a quick reminder, too, we'll have Apple Sox baseball coming up Monday, different night of the week, Monday next week here on the NCW Life channel. Let's look at sports news. Have a happy Wednesday.
On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley is our friends at Mobile Meals. Trish Blevins runs it with a whole bunch of volunteers. They're having a huge fundraiser for their great organization on July 28th at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, featuring the big band. Trish Blevins will be my guest. We love Mobile Meals. They do good work, and we're going to profile them on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run camera so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera.